That story and the very latest developments from Moscow. Let's now go to Fred Weir. Fred is a correspondent with Christian Science Monitor. Fred, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
How are you reading the situation? Give us a sense of what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're feeling on the ground in Moscow about this.
Well, it seems pretty obvious by now that if Russia was planning an all-out invasion of Ukraine, like a blitzkrieg style attack that the Americans have been warning of, they would have done it by now. The ground around here has been well and truly frozen for well over a month. It seems likely that what Putin wants is this diplomatic process. He wants the West to take notice. He feels, and he said openly several times, that they don't listen to us. He's been complaining about NATO expansion since 2007 when he gave that speech at the Munich Security Conference. So they have to be made to feel tense. Putin actually said that, and that's clearly what he's doing there, what we're seeing. And it's a tough game. Russia's behaving like a 900-pound gorilla, but their purpose is to get the West's attention and to get this diplomatic process going, ultimately with the hope of changing the security order in Europe. So what we're seeing today is a slight drawdown of Russian forces after some sort of progress seems to have happened with the German Chancellor. Zelensky, president of Ukraine, said, well, maybe NATO membership is a dream for Kiev. So there's some movement from the Russian point of view. Putin is rewarding that with a little bit of a withdrawal, but he can ramp it back up anytime and probably will. I think that the Russian intention is to keep this crisis rolling on and on until they get their satisfaction.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of scepticism at this end anyway about whether or not he really is rolling back his troops, and NATO saying they've seen no signs, no proof of de-escalation, and Prime Minister Boris Johnson saying last night intelligence is still not encouraging. I suppose one of the things that President Putin has really achieved from this is success at home with his propaganda war. I mean, yesterday taunting the West, saying the West has been humiliated and destroyed with their propaganda about going a Russian invasion. And do you think that's played well with Russians?
Well, that's hyperbole, of course. I don't think the West has been destroyed, but I myself cannot understand the incessant drumbeat especially from Washington, about a Russian invasion, when it's pretty clear that, like from where I sit, the Russian population hasn't been getting prepared for war. You don't see that on state TV when you switch it on. You don't see any signs of war preparations happening. And even Ukrainian security sources say that they don't see enough Russian forces on the border to launch an actual invasion. Whatever the number being given, 130,000, that's half the size of the Ukrainian army. It's not enough to invade and occupy Ukraine. So something else, some other shoes have to drop before you could get really, really worried about an invasion.
Well,